Hey, it's Jennifer from Quiltin' Stitchin' and Kitties. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quilt called Dancing 9 Patches. It's a free pattern from Bonnie Hunter. But it has 6-inch 9 patches, and then we add borders. So the squares are going to finish up at 7.5 inches. I'm going to make a small one to use as a lap quilt for Sherlock and myself. So I'm making one that's just 30 by 45. And I will give you all the directions and measurements for that at the end of the video. But it's fun, it's easy, it's quick. You can use stash fabric because it doesn't take a whole lot of anything, or you can go out and buy something new and beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you what to do. You need to pick 3 fabrics that coordinate well together. If you want to, one of them could be quote unquote a focus fabric. That's what I decided to do with the purple. Then I picked 2 colors that coordinated very well with the purple as well as with each other. Then your fourth piece of fabric needs to be a border that will look well touching all the other fabrics. And this is what I decided on. I wanted something bright and cheerful and springy and different, and I had never used these colors together. And as I'm making the blocks, I am very pleased with the way that it's coming out. But you can pull anything you want to from your stash. You could make it scrappy if you wanted to. It just depends on what you're in the mood for. I've pieced this block together. I have left the connecting threads as I was sewing them together, so they actually have threads here. That just makes it easier to hold on to the whole thing and flip it in one piece when you're ready to do some pressing. So I wanted to show you how you press this. I always set my seams, so I just get all 3, then I just flip it really quick. I get those 3. Okay, now I am pressing towards the purple. So if it looks like it's going to be a little hard to manipulate, then I'll just do a quick little finger press just to kind of help the direction of the seam go. This is going to be easy to press because it's right in the center. And whoops, let me go this way. And then finger press this, and then I kind of just stick the nose of my iron in, push the seam that way, push the seam that way, and then here I just guide with my finger, make sure the seam's going like that. Then I just turn it around, push that seam, push this seam, and then whatever's left I grab real quick. And then I just do kind of like a final press where I put my iron down. Oops, I've moved out of frame again. And now I've got all those seams pressed in the right direction, and it went pretty fast. Now it's really easy to sew the blocks together because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this down. I'm going to squish the seams with my fingers, and then I'm going to put a pin. And the way I put a pin is I put it about 1/4 of an inch to the right of the seam allowance, and then I put a diagonal going across like this, which means I can get my presser foot started into that seam before I'm close to the needle. Then as soon as it's in the seam, I will put the pin, pull the pin out. So I do the same thing on this side. And I don't pin towards the edge. I just straighten those with my fingers as I start stitching. So after I've done those 2, then I'll just flip this one up out of the way. And then I usually go this way because it's a little easier to control. And then get those sides. Then when I'm all finished sewing those seams together, then I need to press this. And the way I press this is I set my seams again, just flip the whole thing like this. and then I finger press. I want to go up towards this side because that's the way they've all been laying really nicely. And I just finger press really easily, flip it around, finger press, and then go ahead and set the seam. And flip it around, push, I lead a little bit like this, set the seam, and then I get a really nicely pressed block. The better you press, the better your project comes out. Yes, it's a pain in the neck sometimes, but that's the way it works. There are 4 different types of 9 patches in this quilt. In this one, the purple is the 5 patches, including the center, but the offset color is this orange. Same pattern with the yellowy orange in here. And then also there is the purple in just the 4 patch section with the orange in the 5 position. And same thing over here. So two different types of blocks with 2 different sets of fabric. So basically 4 variations of the block. I've still got to finish all my blocks, but I wanted to give you a quick idea so that you could see how this is starting to look. This is a 9 patch with the purple in the corners. I have that block placed here and here. Then here is the 9 patch where there's only 4 purples. I've got the yellow orange here, and I've got the same block here. Then down here I alternated and put the 5 patches here, same block matches here, only 4 patches here, same block here. Now this is just one way to lay out this quilt. There are loads of ways, and you can alternate how you turn the block so that your borders continue like this or they go differently. Lots of choices. I'm really liking the way that this is turning out, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with this pattern. And I will finish the rest of the blocks and have the whole thing up and be back to show you. I finished all the blocks. No, I didn't sew the top together yet, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. I love it. It's so fun. It is going to be so neat to have this on my lap with Sherlock. She won't get on my lap without a quilt. And it also protects my legs when she decides, you know, for her little claws to come out. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this quilt. I had a lot of fun making it. It really isn't very hard for the punch that you get from it. So please like and subscribe, comment, let me know if there's anything else you're interested. Great to see you again. Take care and have fun quilting.